Seb, just typical question for you. How do you feel after this game?
Feels like the weekend again. I think that players were tremendous. They put the work in. They were brilliant. They stuck to the game plan. You take a 1-0 lead, and we have to learn. That's the only way that we can develop, is that we have to learn from these moments. They can't keep happening. Put ourselves in a really good position to win the game, and we've fallen short again, and we're just repeating ourselves at the moment.
Seb, you get a more positive result in a draw, but one that kind of feels like a loss. You've talked about learning the lessons over the last couple of games. Just taking this game, for example, what do you kind of feel that needs to be learned in order to change those results into wins, especially in those late moments? What do you feel the team needs to kind of learn?
It's a mentality for me. It's a mentality to, although it's waves of attacks coming at you, do you have the mentality to step up in their moments and, put fear in them that they ain't going to score? And I think we're falling short in their moments. I think there's an element of fear because we're almost thinking, this is going to happen again. And we have to get over that. We have to get through their moments. I thought today would have been a great opportunity to get through and put the past behind us in the last couple of games. But I'm repeating myself again on, yes, it is a positive result because we take the lead, but it feels like another defeat, and we have to learn from it. We have to get over that mentality because, again, we're talking about fine margins. Last couple of games are defined by fine margins towards the end of the game, and we could be looking at a couple of draws and wins, and we're looking at a draw and two losses. So, yeah, it's frustrating. We have a young group, and I'm pleased with the young players. The players that have come in, and they were terrific, and the players who haven't played in a couple of games as well. Their effort and commitment, and they're all bought into what we're trying to do and I just want them to reward themselves for all the effort that they're putting in by getting points on the board.
Sean, then Shane.
Can you talk a little about the play of Tori Hansen tonight in her first professional appearance?
I mean, it's massive. We wanted to use this as an opportunity to give players, game time, and the ones who haven't been playing the last couple of games to get out there and play. And you look at North Carolina; they're full strength. They've put a strong team out there, and Tori handled it really well. She's playing against some players that she's familiar with, but the likes of Carolyn up top is a difficult player to play against, and I thought she was tremendous in her first game. It's always hard as a young centre back coming in as your first professional game, but she was brilliant along with a lot of the other players as well.
Shane, then Nathaniel.
Seb, you played in a lot of games. I know you've seen some crazy last-minute stuff, last-second stuff. In tonight's case, that ball went by a lot of people. Is there just the time in soccer where you just kind of have to throw your hands up and say, we just can't get a break here?
Well, you can't throw your hands up anymore. But, it is a mentality. We got enough players around it. We got enough players back to stop it. And I think, again, it goes to that element of fear. I think, other teams are looking to pounce on their moments and feel an opportunity arising. But, yeah, it's managing the game a little bit better. I think, you can take that situation away and look at what has happened before that, before it even gets to that point where the ball's delivered into the box. And we have opportunities to hold the ball in the corner. We have opportunities to even score and go 2-0 up as well. And they're more defining moments than the one that actually results in them scoring. So they're the elements that we need to work on to manage the game a little bit better.
Nathaniel?
We saw you hold the team after the game on the field for a good period of time, just talking to them. What were you saying to them on the field right there?
Basically what I'm just saying right now. I can never fault the players' effort because the effort is there, their commitment, they're running, they're competing, they're battling, and I just want them to reward themselves by winning a game of football or the last couple getting a draw at the end of the game. And I'm sick of feeling like this at the end of the game where we're walking away unhappy and disappointed. And of course, you should be disappointed with the results, but we should be walking away today knowing that, yes, it's 3 points, it's a win at home, it's a win in front of our fans, and we have to learn and develop. And we talk about development. We have to learn from in these moments, and that's the only way we're going to grow. And again, it's a tough industry to be in. It's a tough competitive league, and it's unforgiving at times. And the young players and the players that are new to the club as well. Like, if in order for us to be successful, we have to be better in these moments. And I think, we saw an improvement. We're definitely improving throughout the games. There's no way about it. And we will get into this moment towards the end of the game and we'll feel confident. Just have to trust the process.
And Daniel.
After all of these, when you've talked after these games saying this is something we're going to have to look at, learn from, do you feel at this point you and your coaching staff might need to change the way you're helping the players to kind of erase that fear that they might have? Is there maybe new methodology that you guys might be looking for?
Yeah. I think there is ways of managing it. It can start in training. It can start with video and knowing and understanding how we want to manage the game towards the end of matches. You look back in the I think it's 4 goals that we've conceded now. They're all late into the game. So it's not even getting to the point where you're playing 90 minutes. You're playing 98 minutes or 90 plus 10 minutes, or even last week it was 90 plus 17 minutes. The VAR is stopping the game and stopping momentum, and it's like, how can you reset and concentrate in them areas in that time to then go again? So it is a little bit different to what we are all used to in this league, and we have to manage it the best way we can.
I was also going to ask about the goalkeeper room. They've all now started, the 3 of them. What have you kind of seen out of that? And do you have any thoughts on maybe who you would want to maybe see more of moving forward, or just kind of a fluid situation?
No, I'm glad you brought that up because I thought Carly was tremendous today. She made some really big stops when we needed her the most. It's a difficult position because they've all done really well, and that's what we want. We want a competitive roster. We want players pushing each other. It's tough decisions that we have to make as a staff, but I'd rather be in that position than just relying on one person. So we've got a lot of thinking to do.
Austin, last one.
Just wanted to ask you about Emily and playing her out wide on the fullback side, getting her up into the attack a little bit more. Obviously, starting her first couple of games, she was playing a center back. Just wanted to get your thoughts on how she did.
So we got hit with the injury bug, and we had to really manage players going into this game. There was some players that had suffered a couple of injuries after the Gotham game. We had a few injuries after training, and it was ultimately just trying to manage players. I thought Emily was tremendous at right back. I thought she defended really effectively 1v1, and she got into attack a little bit more. We call it Sudoku a little bit because we're having to figure out, numbers and where to put players in positions. You saw Haley going in at centre mid, and Abella's done a great job there, and it's great to have Vivi back. But that's where we're at right now, and trying to put a competitive team out there and to perform. And if Emily has to play right back, she's more than capable of playing right back, along with some of the other players that have played in different positions.